Hello and good morning to everybody in the 14th Middlesex District. This is Tammy Govea and I am your state representative here with Monday Morning Minutes. Today is July 1st and in a little while I will be meeting with Ginny Krimmer, who is a member of the Acton-Boxborough School Committee, and I'm sure we'll be talking about education funding. I keep getting asked this question over and over again from parents, from teachers, from education advocates. When is the legislature likely to take up legislation around education funding? Well, I don't know the answer to that specific question. I do know that I support all of the recommendations in the Foundation Budget Review Commission's report, and that's why I support the Promise Act filed by Representative Keefe and Representative Vega to make sure that all students in our state have access to the resources that they need to get a solid education that's guaranteed to them by the Massachusetts Constitution. This afternoon, I'll be up at the State House for a joint committee hearing on consumer protection and professional licensure. And then tonight, I'll be in Roxbury for a listening session with the Joint Committee on Mental Health, Substance Use, and Recovery. And because I'll be at the listening session, it means I won't be in Boston for the rally against the T hikes, which I will be there in spirit for. When the question of the fare hikes was raised a few months ago, I testified against the fare hikes and I advocated for increased investment from the state in our transportation system. We know that a reliable transit system really helps people get from point A to point B quickly, and it will help us achieve our climate goals. And we haven't been making the investments in our transportation system, which means that the infrastructure has been crumbling. We don't have trains that run frequently enough in the late morning or the early afternoon, and now we have fare hikes. And we have this mindset in our state that roads and bridges don't need to necessarily pay for themselves. But we have this perspective that for some reason that the MBTA needs to cover its costs. And I think we need to start to change the way that we think about that so that we can make sure that students and employees can get to their jobs and can get to school, so that businesses can continue to thrive in our state. And also so that we are getting people out of their cars and onto public transportation so that we can reduce our greenhouse gas emissions, so that we can achieve our climate goals and address this climate emergency that we're facing in our state. So I'm really concerned that these fare hikes in particular, and I've done 3 commuter conversations at the South Acton train station last Monday, in North Barica last Tuesday, and on Thursday I was in West Concord, and I talked to commuters about their experiences riding the T. Is it reliable? Taking the commuter line? What more would you need to make sure that you're taking it every day? Do you have friends and family who you know who would take the commuter line if there was more frequency of trains running? And the parking issue comes up over and over again. And I witnessed firsthand, the parking issues, also taking the shuttle from satellite lots, which is really great. We need to make more investments in figuring out how to address the first mile and last mile issue, and the issue of, the number of trains that don't run in the afternoon or early morning makes it really challenging, particularly for parents who would have to wait an hour and a half or even longer in order to be able to get home if they have a child who, got injured at school or fell ill. So that's another reason why so many families, and I've made those same decisions myself as a parent, to not take the commuter rail because it's not always reliable. The T's not always reliable. It's very expensive. I might not be able to find parking. And lo and behold, if I can't get home in the afternoon in case of an emergency. So we have big issues that we need to address with our transportation system. And our job as legislators really is to make sure that everybody in our state has what they need to succeed. And a reliable transportation system is part of that. So when we take up a transportation bill later this session, when we take up questions around raising revenue to support education and transportation, I will be there fighting for those issues as well. And if you have particular opinions, experiences that you want to share with me, please click on the link below. I put a survey there that I also passed out at the commuter rail last week so that I could start to hear more stories from commuters about their experiences with congestion and with riding the commuter rail and the T. So I encourage you to reach out to me there. Also, feel free to reach out to me as always at tammy.govea@mahouse.gov and follow me on social media, Tammy Govea MA. And I hope to see you at either the morning parade in Chelmsford for 4th of July or the evening's festivities in Acton. I wish everybody a safe and healthy and fun festive 4th of July, and I look forward to hearing from you and working with you, and enjoy any time that you have off with family. I hope it's safe and enjoyable, and thank you very much. Have a great day.